is a cage, a prison to everyone's approval. Fight for acceptance and struggle so you don't ever lose it. But living for their acceptance has got us stressing. You live for their acceptance, you die from their rejection. But you can
Still free from it all.
Zero. None. Because I guess I'm to an age now to where I validate myself and God validates me, and He's the only validation that I need. When you seek validation from others, it makes you confused because everyone has different opinions on what they think you should do and what they think you should be. But when you close all those things out and you just focus on what you want and you listen to God, by the way, that's a great way to listen to God, just tune everything out. You know exactly what you're supposed to do and who you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to go.
I think at this point in my life, it plays a role, but maybe not as much of a vital role as it did when I was in high school or in college, when I was still trying to figure out who I was and what I liked about myself and what I didn't like about myself. I was going through that process of trying to figure out who I was, and so other people's input played a major role in that. But I think at this age, I'm kind of in a place now where I know who I am, I know what I like, I know what I dislike about myself, and I've learned to kind of incorporate that into the whole woman. This is who I am, and I love myself as a whole. And so I don't really worry too much about other people's validation.
The validation of others weighs far less to me than it did when I was in my early 20s or when I was a teenager. So I think with age, you just grow out of that. You grow out of this need to be validated by other people or care what they think or what they say about you. As long as you know you're a good person, as long as you are feeling good about yourself, the validation of others, it becomes irrelevant. It becomes trivial to your life because you have better things to do with it. So
I think validation plays a huge role in how I view myself before and even now. I think now I'm in a healthy relationship with validation. I think that the validation comes from me already having the confidence in myself, and then people see that and then they validate that and say, oh, I see that, and then that makes me bring out even more confidence. So it's this cycle of me bringing out confidence in myself, other people seeing it, validating it, and that making me feel even better about myself. So I think it's a healthy cycle now.
I saw something on Facebook recently where people were going around telling people that they were beautiful. And the first thing people did when you tell somebody that they're beautiful, they would smile. So they would come to be like, you look really beautiful today. And the person just starts smiling like, really? So when you give people compliments, it definitely helps them build up their confidence in themselves, and it makes them feel good about themselves. So I think the validation goes a really long way.
I think this age that we live in, this age of social media, plays a large part in that because we kind of live in the age of validation. And I'll be honest, if I post a picture and in an hour I get 2 likes, I'm liable to take that picture down because I'm going to start questioning whether or not it was as cute as I thought it was. So I do think that the age that we live in, this age of social media, plays a role in kind of setting us back, actually, because it's so defined by what other people think of us and their validation of our pictures, what we post. It's, the age of selfies and Snapchat videos and, and it's all about getting likes. It's all about how many people, like what I said, like what I did, like how I look.
So from a physical perspective, not much. I love, and I think we all do, we love getting compliments. I definitely get my feels when people tell me, oh, you look so cute, I love your hair or whatever. But I think from my conditioning young, I've just learned how to look at myself and honestly say, you look cute today. You love your own hair. You work in that dress or whatever. I think that the sense of validation that I constantly need is a character validation. I need to always know that my integrity is intact and that my character is not flawed. And that often does come from other people validating that in you?
It used to hold a lot of weight. I would say like 90% or 90 pounds. We're going to go off a pound. I used to really care about pleasing others and wanting them, their validation, and wanting, okay, why? If I say this, Brittany will like me. If I do this, Brittany will love me. And now I don't feel that way at all. I feel like Jay said, either you love me or you leave me alone.
At the end of the day, I know for sure that the majority of what I feel about myself is what matters most.